What's cracking? You already know what it is, and as I always say, there ain't nothing new under the sun, under the sun, under the sun. That being said, right, we about to get to some of this work because I want to share something with y'all. Because for the longest, and I mean for the longest, I have been saying that we as a collective, as foundational Black Americans or American descendants of slavery, or Solon, or the indigenous copper color races, or Hebrew Israelites, but those of us who were here before 1865 and before that. Now, not to drag it any further or be, what's the word? What am I looking for? Overly sensitive or dramatic, right? But again, I have been saying this shit since day one. And everybody said, Marty, why are you acting like that? You sound just like them. You've been listening to too many conservative speeches. Oh my, you sound so fucking hateful. Nah, I was reading the fucking room and I was paying attention. I was trying to get my people to wake the fuck up before it was too late. But guess what? Ding dong, it's fucking over with. You know why? Because the infiltration is complete. If you pay attention to what just happened to Ghana, right? Remember now, they hunted down slaves for the white man, eh? Huh? They hunted down and sold slaves for the white man. So of the 388,000 Africans that actually came to the United States of America over that 400-year period, they're about to try to make us pay reparations for them. And you best to believe, you know how corrupt the 54 nations of Africa are. We're not going to get any of that. That's why they did it this way. And now if you pay attention, I'm going to run these fucking clips and then run it back. But now the Democratic Party is doing the same thing, playing in our fucking faces. Why? Because we voted for these sons and daughters of individuals who have no loyalty to the United States of America. And because they had our support, now they're in office drafting up legislation for what? For the individuals coming over here illegally from their homelands. But hold on, we're gonna double the fuck back.
Who are trying to solve the problem, but you never see them going under the label of liberals. That white person that you see calling himself a liberal is the most dangerous thing in the entire Western Hemisphere. He's the most deceitful. He's like a fox, and a fox is always more dangerous in the forest than the wolf. You can see the wolf coming. You know what he's up to, but the fox will fool you. He comes at you with his mouth shaped in such a way that even though you see his teeth, you think he's smiling and you take him for a friend.
I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border. All those people are seeking asylum. They deserve to be heard. That's who we are. We're a nation that says if you want to flee and you're fleeing oppression, you should come.
Because at the end of the day, the people that have been inflicting this harm need to be prosecuted. They need to be brought before us, and they need to be held account for the trauma that they have created, and we are going to have some form of reparation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and here you can have it right here. Another example. Somali leaders are demanding reparations after $18 billion in fraud. So you telling me while Mr. Tampon 10 and Ilhan Omar, the brother lover, it was just giving these cats the ability to go carte blanche, because if anyone they were told looked into it, it would be deemed as racist or offensive. So they got away with multi-billions of dollars of our tax dollars that we know went to organizations that support terroristic activities. And now they're asking for reparations from Americans. This is wild work, ladies and gentlemen. And as a Black American, I don't get it, because these are the same group of peoples that tell us we have no culture and don't know who our father is. Then you have, again, House Democrats, once again, our favorite Democrats, backed by the old NAACP and Congressional Black Caucus, are now demanding that we pay reparations to the same people who came over here over an imaginary line in the sand, who had no legal standing to be here, and a lot of them were claiming asylum so that they would then qualify for what? Food stamps, Section 8, Medicare, and the like. And that was the loophole, that when they told you that they didn't receive benefits, that was the lie, because under asylum they did. And we know what all of them were doing. And they were showing their whole ass as they was doing it. I'm going to continue to show you these fucking receipts, but You do with that what you will. But again, somebody call the NAACP and ask them why they continue to sell us the fuck out.
Hate you niggas, let's die. Ooh! If I could gather all of you in one place with a strap to my chest.
Oh, hold on. These people are the tools of white supremacy and the systems in place. Check this out.
Happy Black History Month to everyone except the foundational Black Americans. I hate you niggas. I hate you niggas, let's die. Ooh! If I could gather all of you in one place with a strap to my chest. You know what time it is. We're gonna have a party and we're gonna blow up the spot. More like me. I'm doing society a favor. But yeah, everybody else, happy Black History Month.
So this is why I always say that the prerequisite for an immigrant to become a United States citizen is to be anti-Black American and side with the systems in place to undermine us. We don't have the same common enemy. I don't want to hear that no more. We don't.
Gee, brother, you better turn your radio back.
What do you think about these Black Lives Matter that they want to be paid for being slaves and all that?
Reparations.
Oh, yeah, there.
Are you talking about well, I heard they passed in North Carolina.
Yes.
But it was a small little town in North Carolina that passed reparations for whoever's over there. I'm sure they'll try to do something out here in California. I think they already actually got a little board going that they're going to start looking into it. So
yeah, and that's when we, the Raza, need to step up, protest, and I'm talking major, and turn around and tell them, no, nobody gave reparations until the Native Americans and the Mexicans get ours first. We've been going through this crap a lot longer, so I don't want to hear it. Because it's not fair, dog. How are you going to give a bunch of money to a specific group, dog? This is the United States, a melting pot. How are you going to give it to a specific group?
Because right now they've got the white people with so much guilt. It was your parents.
No more money for you. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. Go back, cross. No more money for you. No more money for you. It's lazy, you lazy. You lazy. No more money for you. Take your back.
My mother's Jamaican. My father's Panamanian. You have a lot of black people in this country who are not descendants of the American slave trade.
Look.
So I already know off top, there's a lot of black people in America who aren't going to be able to get that kind of benefit or get reparations.
Well, most people who are for reparations, they feel like it should go to what they call foundational Black Americans anyway.
And I agree with that point. But I'm just saying, I'm just laying out, these are the reasons for why I'm no.
Look,
so while I'm so now,
you do support reparations for what Leonard just deemed as, quote, foundational Black Americans?
No, I don't.
No.
But I want to explain that. I want to explain.
And this lady in...
Y'all seen that Ghana president in New York begging for reparations for the transatlantic slave trade? You know who else backed him? Al Sharpton and the Black Caucus. Listen to this.
Reverend Al Sharpton, thank you for joining us at the African Burial Grounds this morning. Thank you very much. Members of the Congressional Black Caucus are here. Let's recognize you. Thank you very much.
Check this out. Al Sharpton is a Cherokee. Look, they said that, his lineage is complex. Isn't all Black Americans' lineage complex? But one thing about it is 100% American lineage based, lineage rooted, right? And the Black Caucus, what are you doing advocating to give reparations to foreigners, to some immigrants like this? They're foreigners to me. The Black Caucus and the African Union is a match made in heaven because they absolutely do nothing for the people they represent. Look at Africa and the Africans in Africa is in shambles. And why y'all not in the UAE? Why y'all not asking the Arabs for reparations? Because they're dragging Africans like left and right. Look at Sudan. Look, the Arabs funded what's going on in Sudan. All those unalivings. Yeah. And they still selling Africans in the Middle East today. Why they not up there in the the UAE? Why they not up there asking those leaders for reparations? That's actually those atrocities is happening against their very own people, right? But anyway, America was like, look at this. America's like, yeah, y'all can miss us with that reparations stuff. We're not giving y'all reparations. Black Americans been fighting for reparations since the 1800s. Shout out to Cali and your boy Isaiah. Black Americans been fighting for reparations since the 1700s. Now, Callie House and Isaiah Dickerson was like one of the first like movements for reparations, like as a collective whole. You have individuals that won their reparation cases successfully, like Belinda Sutton. Yeah, Belinda Sutton was one of the earliest known petitioners that was successful, and this happened in 1783. Then you had Queen Mother Moore. She had her reparation movement from 1920s to the 1990s. That was like similar to Callie House and Isaiah. Then you had Henrietta Wood.
Y'all, at this point, I wish at this point to particularly to apologize deeply on behalf of the chiefs and people of Gold Coast and Ghana for the atrocities, the cruelty, the inhuman treatment that were committed 400 years ago by my ancestors during the Atlantic slave trade, where over 400 years ago, millions of our brothers and sisters were captured, sold, and transported under inhumane and cruel circumstances through Elmina Castle across to the Caribbeans and to the New World. On behalf of the chiefs and people of Ghana, I do render unqualified apology, deep from the bottom of our hearts. I wish at this point...
Y'all getting it yet? Or am I still speaking a whole nother language? Are y'all understanding what's happening? I've already shown you the NAACP PSYOP. I've already shown you the connections between W.E.B. Du Bois, Adam Clayton Powell, the NAACP, and Margaret Sanger and her Negro Project. This woman was the only female Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. Verified, documented, historically accurate. I've shown you all these fucking receipts. And where did she get her help and her push to enter into the black community? And again, right, I asked someone that I used to look to as an elder. And for whatever reason, instead of just standing on the receipts that was given and answering the question, they internalized and personalized my receipts. I'm sorry, not my receipts, but the receipts and the facts. And started beating on chest, talking about, oh, well, what I did. I didn't ask what anyone did. I asked why the individuals that founded these entities sold us out to known white supremacists at the time. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to wake the fuck up. We are being used, hoodwinked, and bamboozled. Malcolm X warned us. We are not listening. Martin Luther King said, I walked y'all into a burning building. We are not listening. All of them. Mama Kamala, who brought her kids over here, old Papa Sleepy Joe, and Obama, all of them are fucking agents. Please, please, ladies and gentlemen, wake up. Realize, and transparency forces accountability. We are in the den of diabolical demons, aka the Viper's Pit. If y'all do not pay attention now and put your emotions to the side and understand that yes, we all got fooled. But if we don't shape up and tighten the fuck up, this will be it. There'll be no future generations. So yeah, like I always say, keep your eyes to the stars, keep that head on a swivel, and look alive, people, because 20 plus million people came over that border when Mama Kamala, the borders are purposely left it open. None of these people were vetted. Then they were allowed to claim asylum, which is the loophole that allows them to get Medicare, Medicaid, and everything else. If anybody wanted to sneak a sleeper cell or sleeper cells in here, that was the perfect Trojan horse. And if you don't think it happened, then you're being willfully ignorant. But y'all stay safe out there because it's about to get motherfucking dangerous.